guys, Lunar Spy 27 here, bringing you Toriko chapter 244, Enigmatic Identity. So the chapter begins with Joa's identity revealed to be Frohze, but they get interrupted by the massive tsunami and multiple tornadoes. You know, those ones that were created because Master Jiro used knocking on the entire planet. Oh, also, in the world of Toriko, the Earth is the size of Jupiter. Just putting it out there. Yeah. Anyway, Joa jumps up into the air and uses God cooking sorigiri, which her eyes start glowing and basically launches an air cut which slices the entire tsunami and completely wipes it out, along with the tornadoes. Joa wiped out a bunch of natural disasters with one slice. That is honestly pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Also, according to Setsuno, the technique that she used was also Frohze's technique. But just to be sure, Master Jiro and Setsuno will team up. Now, Setsuno's kitchen knife is able to change its shape, which changes into a straight kitchen knife, and uses a technique called Cook Road. Not sure what actually it is. It's just she slices into the air, and you see this swirling attack heading towards Joa. Now, Master Jiro has this brass knuckle with fangs on top of it, which is called the Roro no Kiba. And he uses a technique called Shoro Guinness Punch, where he basically launches this attack in the form of a wolf. Kind of reminds me a bit of Yamcha's Wolf Fang Fist. Anyway, that combined attack heads towards Joa, but all of a sudden she transforms into this weird demonic thing, and then all of a sudden she uses the Satan mints to completely destroy the combo attack. Now, what this transformation is, it was also one of Frohze's special cooking techniques. And according to Master Jiro, oh, and by the way, that Guinness punch is capable of going up to space. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying before, gourmet cells that she has, they actually show themselves because she was able to master the power of her cells. So that transformation she did, it was her gourmet cells revealing themselves to everybody. How does that work exactly? I mean, is it like when Toriko's gourmet spirit appeared and punched that hole in Starjuun's gut? I mean, is that what it means to have your gourmet selves reveal themselves? Or I don't know what this actually means, honestly. But in order for Joa to perfectly master the power of her cells, she would have eaten Acacia's full course. Now, I don't know if this means that she ate the entire full course menu or she just ate one, probably more dishes in Acacia's full course, but she probably have eaten Acacia's full course. But Setsuno, she believes that Joa is not Frohze. According to her, the cooking technique which she uses to utilize the power of the gourmet cells allows her to transform whenever she's cooking, but the transformation that Joa did was completely different compared to what Frohze has done before in the past. Also, according to Setsuno, Frohze is dead. So, Joa may or may not be Frohze. I'm a bit disappointed my prediction wasn't right, but if Joa is not Frohze, then who the hell is Joa? I mean, how is he capable of using Frohze's techniques? I mean, she claims that she is Frohze. Also, she claims that the kitchen knife Cinderella was hers. Unless Joa was using her body, which would probably explain like why her face is covered with cracks and her eyes are different. He could be just wearing her body or something. I don't know. Anyway, all of a sudden there was this weird dragon creature up in the sky, and we see something on top of its head. It turns out that it was Starjuun, and he has captured Komatsu. Now it has been confirmed that Joa was looking for a certain chef, and that certain chef was Komatsu. No surprise there. Seems everybody wants Komatsu, but there have been theories that the reason why Joe's looking for Komatsu is because he had the recipe book that he got from the Gourmet Pyramid. But that doesn't really seem to be the case because Joe seems to want Komatsu. Maybe not just because of the recipe book, but also for his skills as a chef. Now, we learned that Starjuun, who is the Bishokukai sous chef, is actually number 2 in terms of power. The second strongest person, either in Bishokukai or as a Bishokukai sous chef. I'm not really sure what Joa meant by number 2. I mean, if it was number 2 of the entire Bishokukai, that means number 1 would be Midora. But if it's number 2 in terms of sous chef in the Bishokukai group, that still begs the question, who the hell is number 1? It's not Elg because he got electrocuted by Baranchi, and I highly doubt it's Tommy Rod because he got eaten by Sunny's hair. So, who is number 1 sous chef? Anyway, it seems that Starjuun was aware of the existence of Neo, especially during the times of the Bishokukai trying to achieve the jewel meat in Regal Island. Yeah, remember that one guy, Guido? No, you don't? Well, I'll tell you. Guido, for those of you who don't know, was the one who operated the giant GT rowboat in order to retrieve the jewel meat from the Regal Mammoth. He fought against Coco and lost, and ever since he was defeated, we never saw him ever again. But anyway, it turns out that Guido was also a member of Neo, and I'm assuming that since Starjuun realized that Guido was a spy, I think Guido is dead. It probably explains why he never appeared. Also, I'm not surprised Bishokukai members are members of Neo. I still think JoJo is. It would be pretty cool if it was. So the chapter ends with Joa asking Starjuun to hand over Komatsu, but Starjuun is like, "No, I cannot hand this chef over to you," and that is it. So that is Toriko chapter 244. What did I think? I thought this chapter was good, but this does raise quite a lot of questions. First off, Joa's identity. Now, we don't really know whether Joa really is Frohze or not, but we know that these two have a connection. Joa does know about Frohze's techniques. He knows about Acacia's full course menu, and of course Frohze's god cooking. So either Joa is possessing Frohze's body, or Joa is a descendant of Frohze herself. It still begs a lot of questions of who Joa really is and how he knows about Frohze's techniques and how he got Cinderella. Now, next off is Starjuun. Now, we see Starjuun and he seems to be okay even though he had a hole punched in his gut by Toriko's gourmet spirit. Maybe it was Komatsu who used the revitalizing cut to heal him, but if that is true, we still don't know like when or how Komatsu learned it. It was assumed that Komatsu learned it during the times he learned food honor. But if that is true, then that means that Komatsu would have used that technique to heal Toriko. But can that technique work in terms of growing limbs? You know, those that were lost? Because if not, then Toriko is still missing an arm and a leg. Ever since we got back to the Cooking Fest stadium, a lot of stuff might have happened off panel right after the Toriko Starjuun fight, so it still begs the questions of what happened during that time. Also, Komatsu was unconscious even though he was willing to go with Starjuun. I didn't know like why he was unconscious. Again, as I said before, so much might have happened off panel when we got back to the Cooking Fest stadium. Now, it looks like next week's chapter might be the fight between Starjuun and Joa. That would be pretty interesting to see, even though Starjuun seems to be. He still looks pretty beaten up after his fight with Toriko. Although, considering how this might go, I think Joa might have the upper hand. I'm a bit conflicted of who I want to root for, because in the end, whoever wins takes Komatsu away. And I know that after the Bishokukai Neo invasion, our next arc might be a Komatsu rescue arc. Don't know if Komatsu will be taken away by the Bishokukai or Neo, or he could be rescued at the very last second. Komatsu rescue arc, it could be fine. Again, we'll just have to wait and see how it would turn out. Knowing Komatsu, he might be constantly yelling out, Toriko-san! I don't know why, I don't really hate Komatsu, I just used to him at this point. Now, and obviously, it's not really surprising that Joa is also after Komatsu. Everybody wants this guy just for his cooking skills. But then again, if Komatsu does get kidnapped, I know Toriko is going to be really pissed. Yeah. So overall, I thought this chapter was good, but this does beg some questions about Joe's identity and what happened between the time at the end of the Toriko Starjuun fight and right now. But those questions may or may not be answered next week's chapter or the next chapters to come. We'll just have to wait and see how this turns out. All I know is that I am looking forward to the Starjuun and Joe fight, but I don't know who to root for considering Joe has the upper hand if he knows about Frohze's cooking techniques. So again, we'll just have to wait and see how this turns out. So that is Toriko chapter 244. Tell me guys what you think about this week's chapter. Did you like it? Did you hate it? If you liked the video, like it and subscribe for more videos. Also check out Google Plus and Facebook fan page on the links and description down below. I'm Lunar Sparlovan27 and I'll see you guys later. Bye.